Lagos State government commends resumption of second round of Alafia Eco medical outreach. Inspector General of Police orders arrest of sponsors, killers of officers during Abuja clash. On the foreign scene, the United Nations halts aid operations in Gaza as families flee after new evacuation orders. And in sports, Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen rejects contract offer from Saudi Arabian club Al Ahly. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Health District 3, Montserrat Adeleke, has commended the resumption of the second round of the Alafia Eco medical outreach across the state, noting that the extension of the outreach to several communities within the district will address the immediate health needs of beneficiaries and promote proactive health management among residents. Speaking during the launch of the initiative in the district, Adeleke, alongside residents of Ikoyi, Obalende, Irido LCDA, Lekki LCDA, and Iru Victoria Island LCDA, affirmed that the Alafia Eco medical outreach will deliver essential healthcare services to residents of Health District 3. Adeleke specifically commended the initiative for its focus on providing critical health interventions to underserved communities, especially to vulnerable and indigent residents within the district. She added that the outreach aligns with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's Themes Plus agenda, which emphasizes inclusive healthcare policies for all residents of Lagos. Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, has taken the campaign against sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV, to Iba Local Council Development Area Community Development Council. Executive Secretary of Lagos DSVA, Titilola Vaivo Adeniyi, averred that reaching the communities for collaborative efforts in the fight against all forms of abuse and violence remains crucial and cannot be underestimated. Viva said the agency is ensuring that the state's government's resolve to rid the state of SGBV menace remains unwavering and unflinching. She said the participants were exposed to the various support services the state government provided freely for Lagosians, ranging from medical, legal services, empowerment, psychosocial support, and law enforcement, noting that there are other partner agencies whose services can also be accessed freely at the agency. Meanwhile, the community leaders were encouraged to join the state government's fight against SGBV by exposing perpetrators, bringing them to justice, and creating a safe society for all. Minister of Education Tahir Maman says underage candidates will no longer be allowed to sit for secondary school leaving examinations. Maman says the federal government has instructed the West African Examination Council, WAEC, and the National Examinations Council, NECO, to comply with the directive on 18 years age limit for any candidates to be eligible for the two examinations. According to him, the age limit for any candidate to rise the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME, organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAM, is 18 years as well. Maman says from next year, JAM will insist that anybody applying for admission into the university in Nigeria meets the requirement. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani has inaugurated the State Skills Development Council to tackle the skills deficit and youth unemployment across the state. The council, which is chaired by the governor, is the highest decision-making organ for skills development in the state and is tasked with providing overall leadership and strategic direction for skills acquisition and development in the state. According to the governor, the council will develop a skills development framework, strategic implementation plan, and annual action plans to address youth unemployment in the state. In his remarks during the inauguration, Sani emphasized the importance of investing in human capital to equip youths with skills to respond to the fast-changing needs of the 21st century and contribute to the state's economic development. He said the construction of vocational and technology skills acquisition cities in Rigachikun, Samaru Kataf, and Soba had reached advanced stages and will provide training in various vocational and technical skills. Wife of the President Oluremi Tinubu, through the Renewed Hope Initiative (RHI), has partnered with National Population Commission (NPC) and United Nations Children's Fund (UNICEF) to further ramp up birth registration in the country. With the launch of UNICEF RHI Commemorative Birth Certificate for year 2024. NPC Chairman Nasir Kwara, who stated this after leading development partners to the office of the First Lady in Abuja, said the commemorative event, scheduled for August 29, 2024, will mark a major leap in government's efforts to offer Nigerian children their first foundational identity. Chief Child Protection Officer UNICEF Ibrahim Sesse, who was part of the visit, described the launch as important to close the existing gaps in birth registration and promote data-driven development plan for children in the country. And now to the rest of the stories. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has ordered security operatives to go after sponsors and killers of 2 police officers during Sunday's clash between police and Shiites. Egbetokun condemned what he described as an unprovoked attack by members of the Proscribed Islamic Movement of Nigeria, IMN, commonly known as the Shiite group, on police personnel. The incident occurred at Wuse Junction by the traffic light, where assailants targeted a police checkpoint and descended heavily on policemen on duty. Egbetokun confirmed the arrest of 97 suspects and the recovery of several weapons used in the attack. The House of Representatives Committee on Reformatory Institutions has expressed dissatisfaction with the quality of work at the Custodial Center headquarters in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. The committee's chairman, Chinedu Oga, made this known during an oversight visit to the state. Oga said the committee members were in the state to oversee the different custodial centers in the state, to make recommendations to the relevant authorities to enhance professionalism and the welfare of the inmates. The lawmaker noted that he has already communicated with the Comptroller General of the Correctional Services to direct the contractors handling the project to return to site and ensure the completion of the project. He warned that the House may be forced to ask the federal government to blacklist the contractors if they fail to heed the directives of the committee and return to site. The National Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) has started a 7-day warning strike across all its centers nationwide. The resident doctor strike is to clamor for the release of their kidnapped colleague, Ganiat Kukola, who has been in captivity for over 8 months. NARD President Dele Abdullahi noted that the decision to commence the strike was made during the virtual Emergency National Executive Council meeting. Abdullahi said the warning strike will last 1 week and be total, as there will be no emergency care. It will be recalled that Ganiat Kubola, a registrar in the Department of Ophthalmology at the National Eye Center, Kaduna, was abducted nearly 8 months ago along with her husband and nephew. While her husband was released in March, Kubola and her nephew remain in captivity. And now to foreign news. The United Nations humanitarian aid operations in Gaza have stopped after Israel issued new evacuation orders for Deir al-Balah in the central Gaza Strip. A senior UN official says the staff on ground have been directed to find a way to keep operating, noting that UN operations had not been formally suspended. The officials say the United Nations have relocated its main command operations for the Gaza Strip and most UN personnel to Deir al-Balah after Israel ordered the evacuation of Rafah in the south of Gaza. In recent days, Israel has issued several evacuation orders across Gaza. the most since the beginning of the 10-month war, prompting an outcry from Palestinians, the United Nations, and relief officials over the reduction of humanitarian zones and the absence of safe areas. The Deir al-Bala municipality says Israeli evacuation orders have so far displaced 250,000 people. In a statement, the Israeli military urged residents in certain zones to move immediately to the west as the area they are in is considered a dangerous combat zone. In our sports, Super Eagles and Napoli forward Victor Osimhen has turned down a move to Saudi Arabian outfit Al Ahly. The Nigerian striker signed a new contract in December 2023 to leave this summer for the release clause of 130 million euros, but no offer has come close to that amount. According to reports, Al Ahly made an offer of 70 million euros for Osimhen, which Napoli might consider. Osimhen has been training separately from his Napoli teammates this summer and is expected to move elsewhere before the end of the transfer window. The first Atonda National Cadet Invitational Tournament, in conjunction with the Lagos State Table Tennis Association, has kicked off in Ikeja. Organizer of the event, who is a former Commonwealth single and double table tennis champion, Atonda Musa, noted that the two-day event is to ensure that the value of the game is sustained and the standard reaches an enviable standard in the state. According to Musa, 16 boys, 16 girls are involved in the tournament with a cash prize of 100,000 naira and other consolation prizes. Musa said the event is also organized to give back to society.
Just to make sure that we improve on table tennis, because the game is going down. So why I decided to sponsor this tournament is that we can be able to concentrate on those people. We can find Atonda Musa from this case. We can find Sunday Airball. We can find Titus Omotara. We can find Francis Sule. That's why I decided to do this. And we continue training them so they can be very useful for us in the future.
Atonda Moses is a 10-time singles table tennis champion and an Olympian based in the United States. And that's all for the news at 6. Just before we go, remember, speed thrills but kills. Please avoid excessive speeding. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 250 residents in an entrepreneurship mentorship program? You can get more details on the Lagos State government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Health District 3, Montserrat Adeleke, has commended the resumption of the second round of the Alafia Eko medical outreach across the state, noting that the extension of the outreach to several communities within the district will address the immediate health needs of beneficiaries and promote proactive health management among residents. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has ordered security operatives to go after sponsors and killers of 2 police officers during Sunday's clash between police and Shiites. We also told you that the United Nations humanitarian aid operations in Gaza have stopped after Israel issued new evacuation orders for Deir al-Bala in the central Gaza Strip. And in sports, Super Eagles and Napoli forward Victor Osimhen has turned down a move to Saudi Arabian outfit Al Ahly. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe.